Hey, David, what does your character do?
Oh my gosh, you've ruined my intro. Hello, everybody. We're here. We're here with Elysian Road, episode 5. Thank you for waiting patiently while a certain someone took a very long time to arrive.
Caleb, you're ruining my intro. This is Elysian Road.
No, stop.
And I mean, to be fair, this late is our normal time that we normally start.
No, well, it shouldn't be.
I mean,
it
yeah,
shouldn't be.
It's kind of true.
This is actually pretty good for us, honestly.
Shouldn't be.
Right.
So I would just like to point out that my Terra Nullius players are always like a half an hour early. So
Yeah, it's because they don't know you well.
what are you talking about? We're like best friends now.
Well, yeah, but, like, they don't like know you. You know what I mean?
Well, Emily is coming to. I was gonna say coming to the States, but she doesn't live out of state. She's coming to Wisconsin. She's coming to my specific state, and we're gonna hang out. It's gonna be great. But anyway, so we're here with Elysian Road. I'm really glad to be back, because this is one of my favorite campaigns. I'm really pumped for it, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started here. So when we open on good old Elysian Road, we see some dingy streets. We see neon lights. We see like a little robot, like a big Roomba, kind of like sweeping up the street, this like dingy street. Yeah, we see like a bunch of like bar lights on the side of the street here. A lot of shady alleys. We see a couple people as we kind of like scan through the alley or the street. We see some like alleys with some shady people, like one's like giving the other like a little credit stick, and like the other one's like handing them this like vague like brown paper bag full of something.
Big purple letters, Blade Runner.
No. No, we get the the little the text on the bottom of the screen comes up and says it says Bratislav, moon of Gunvey, and then it gives us like the coordinates for like the system. So we see 1 of 3. And then it says 10 years ago. And suddenly the ambiance of the neon streets suddenly like gets broken by the sound of like a shout, and then someone running, and someone runs right like as if they were behind the camera, runs into frame and starts like running down the street, and it's a young girl, so like somewhere around like 8 to 10, somewhere around there, and she is she's obviously as we kind of like get various like angles of her like running down the street being chased by these like thugs, we see like that she's obviously Asian in descent, and yeah, like 8 to 10-year-old girl, and she has like this too big for her head like baseball cap, and it has like some pins on it, and it's like a keepsake, it looks like, and she's running down the street as fast as she can, and like she's wearing like baggy clothing, and she has like a satchel strung over one shoulder, and we see that there's like some like miscellaneous tech kind of like almost like falling out of the satchel, and it's like,
Man, are you sure this isn't Blade Runner? Holy cow!
Blade Runner, no. But she is like holding, it looks like she stuffed this like satchel full of like miscellaneous tech. She's running down the street, and she quick turns into an alley, and the thugs like yell after her, and then like run around the corner, and we get this chase sequence, and we see that she's obviously trying to run as fast as she can, and then she gets trapped. She runs down the wrong alley, and it's the classic scene where the alley is a dead end, but she sees like a large chain link fence that she could scale, and she's trying to like she hesitates for just a moment, like looking up at it and like trying to decide if she's gonna go for it, because there's like barbed wire on the top, and right, like it looks like it's gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be a bit of a hike, and she turns around and sees that the thugs have just like turned in the alley and are coming after her, and one of them like takes out a what looks like a thermal pistol and points it at her, and her face like blanches, and she just goes for it. She just starts like climbing up this chain link fence. And the thugs reach her just before she gets out of range of them, like in terms of like being able to grab her. And they're like brandishing the pistol at her and like threatening her. And this is all in like Japanese. And we don't get any subtitles. We just hear them like talking in Japanese. Yeah, so these like, you know, thugs, they obviously look like Japanese as well. We see one of them like grab her leg, and she's like just trying to get out of their range and like trying to do it as quickly as possible, and then they're starting to like trying to pull her down, and she's like hanging on for all that she can on the chain link fence, and then she just reaches with one hand as she's like desperately trying to grasp on, and she reaches in the satchel and she pulls out like a small spherical object. She presses a button on it, and she like just chucks it at the guy's face. It hits him in the face, and he like lets go. And just like is holding his face and like swearing in Japanese, and he looks down, and the little spherical device is like beeping. It's just like dee, 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 dee. And we see the girl climb up the rest of the way, duck over, and like her clothing gets like, you know, torn and caught on this like barbed wire, and she's like barely hanging over the other side of the chain link fence now. And then poof, a flash goes off, and then we hear the opening music for the Elysian Road theme come on, and we get the intro. And
wasn't for backside flashes?
Yeah, I kept expecting you to be like, and so shows up.
No, so remember the first episode was not a backstory flash. It was it was a backstory flash, but none of you were in it. This will be pertinent later, but like
right.
This
I
is
thought
like
that was just because you hadn't decided to do that yet, but that's okay.
No, yeah. Yep. So we get the intro again. We see everybody's characters doing their thing.
Anybody else think Pikachu is gonna come out of that ball, or is it just me?
What?
He said, "Did anyone else think Pikachu was gonna come out of that ball, or is it just me?" Just because they're Japanese doesn't mean she has Pokemon.
Hey now.
You're an all-star.
I was gonna say.
Hey.
But yeah, so we get the last shot of the opening credits. We see everybody's silhouette next to the Void's Grace, and then we see, you know, Elysian Road come up on the screen. And we open up, and instead of being present time, it says once again like something like 2 days earlier. You know, goes back. It's basically we're back on New Kazern is what it says. And we see Fergus in his room, in the room that he and Ode share. And Fergus is frantically typing away on like a portable like laptop or something, right? Like a terminal or something. You're muted, Jared.
I said, don't tell me what I'm doing.
Well, what do you do? What do we see when we zoom
You see Fergus frantically typing on a keyboard, doing whatever Caleb was about to say.
Wow. But yeah, so what are you doing, Fergus? Like what are you frantically looking up?
Man, we talked about this earlier, didn't we?
Yes, but you know, no one else knows about it yet. So
what's the big government thing called again?
The Thousand Island Imperium.
Yeah, he's searching for some he wants to dish the Ghost with the Imperium. You know, get some of their dirty secrets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure. So
didn't say dish the Ghost still, right?
I don't even know what that means.
Literally
so
never
sure.
heard. I assumed that meant gossip, but I don't know.
So where are you looking for this information? Like
the deep web.
The deep web, yeah, the dark web.
No, the deep web. That's underneath the dark web.
Isn't it all the dark web? We're in space.
Space web.
Hey. What about the spider web?
No, stop. The sector wide web. So you're just like looking in the dark parts of the internet basically,
yeah.
For this stuff. So like rebel groups and that sort of thing, right? Like that you're thinking. Okay. people who would like try to find dirt on the Imperium.
Mhm.
Sounds good. Well, let's have you make a computers roll. Shall
Oh
we?
boy, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, won't it? But I guess what we can do first, real quick, is level you up, because then you can actually maybe put stuff in the computer.
Hey, can we retire some dice?
What?
Can we retire some dice?
Right.
I would like to retire the die number 1.
I'm so confused.
Remember that thing on Twitter where we were talking about them in Roll20 instituting a feature where you could put dice in a dice jail?
I did not. That's hilarious. Wow.
I tagged you in it.
On Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably why I didn't see it.
Yeah.
How do I level up?
Did
Dude?
all of us
Yeah.
level up?
So no, none of the rest of you have leveled up since
Yes, all
Fergus.
of us leveled up, Connor. Thank
Right.
you for remembering.
Yes.
Fergus just hasn't done
Yes, we did.
Fergus hasn't done his level up stuff yet. Is the thing. So, yeah, Fergus.
Trying
First
to do my
things
level up
first.
stuff.
Wait a
I
second.
also don't think I changed my number from 3 to 4.
Did you already do your hit points?
Caleb, it's been a
you,
few weeks.
You have 13 hit points. You only had 1 hit point before.
I had one. I know I had 1 hit point to
So
start with,
obviously you.
and I
did
know
your
we
hit
did it
points.
from level 1 to level 2, but I don't know if we did it from.
Well, you leveled up. You leveled up in both of them in one session. So we must have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you had 13.
Yeah, I don't think we did anything else though. Right, like that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, cool. So the only other things that you need to do is spend your skill points and choose a focus. So, there's your skills right there, and it costs whatever the new level of the skill is going to be +1 to amount of skill points to increase the skill.
Yes.
So take a look at those skills and see what you want to level up. So right now you have, the only things you have is you have a 0 in know, you have a 1 in notice, and you have a 1 in talk. And then obviously you have your biopsionics and your telepathy at 0.
Is that in the same? Is that in skills?
No, it's down to the left.
Those I have a different pool for that though.
No.
It says unspent psionic skill points.
Yes, but you can just spend regular skill points to do that. I don't know why it says that. I just looked at the book and they're the same points. No. So what you can do is you can increase any of those skills, or you can spend skill points to increase an attribute, which is that's the thing you can do. Or you can also spend skill points to just gain a new psychic technique.
What was the question about skill points?
There's like a separate place in psychic skills and techniques for like unspent psionic skill points, but there isn't a difference between regular skill points.
That's
and psionic
because
skill points.
psychics have to spend 1 of their points every level.
Yeah,
on psychic.
they at the very least have to spend at least 1. But yeah.
So I think it's for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna level up biopsionics by 1.
Okie dokie. So then it costs 2 to do that,
Okay.
and then you automatically get a new technique. So we can add that to your list too once we finish this. But
And I'm gonna level up talk wherever that's at,
okay. Oh yeah, you have a 1 in talk too. Yeah.
and then
And you can't. He can level it up to 2, correct?
I
Yeah.
mean,
Because he's level 3 now. Yeah. Okay.
oh, okay.
Good. So that costs
And-
3. You have 1 skill point left.
Oh, okay. What can I buy for 1 skill point?
You can put something up to 0, or you could add 1 to any attribute.
Add 1 to any attribute. Wow. Okay.
Yep.
What would that do for me?
If you wanted to add 1 to an attribute, you could add 1 to your Constitution and make it a +0, or you could add 1 to your Strength and make it a -1 automatically instead of a -2.
I mean, may as well do my Constitution.
Sure. Yeah, that works. You can do that. Sounds good. And so the next time you spend skill points on an attribute, it will cost more. But
Okay.
first time you do it, it only costs 1. So.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So now you have to choose a focus. What kind of thing do you want? What do you want to be better at? And I'll help you find a focus. It's like feats.
Dishing the gas.
If you wanted to, you could get a focus that gives you points in computer or whatever it is, program.
Sure.
Here, let me find.
You could get the connected one, which gets you. If you spend like a week on a planet, you automatically have like a network on that planet.
Oh,
Or
you can
something
do
like
that too, yeah.
David, just find me the most overpowered one I can take, and I'll take that
It's
one.
called Ironhide.
Yeah, you could get. Everyone could get Ironhide.
I've already got it.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to increase computers or program, you could get hacker, and that would gain. You would get program as a bonus skill, and when attempting to hack a database or computerized system, you roll 3d6 and drop the lowest die instead of just 2d6.
Oh. Sure, I'll do that.
Okay, sounds good. So you're starting to. So during this like time period, Fergus has just been like hacking it up. He's just been figuring out how to use computers better than he did. Sounds good. Let me make sure you're rolling 3d6. Okay, sounds good. All right, so then the only other thing to do is to choose another psychic technique. So you already have, I think, the base ones, which are, you find them. So you have biopsionics. So you have psychic succor. Succor? I don't know how to pronounce that.
What's that?
That's the one you can like stabilize people by touching them.
I'm pretty sure it's Sucker.
Succor? Yeah, okay.
I'm not gonna make that joke.
How dare you?
Zing. Off to a good start.
Got the squinty eye.
And you also have, because you have telepathy, you automatically get telepathic contact. Let's see. But by putting your biopsionics up to 1, you automatically now can. So you still stabilize people, right? Normally, but you also heal 1d6 plus 1 hit points of damage when you do that. So that's cool. And then you get to choose another technique. So there's a couple options here. You can choose any of the level 1 or the level 2 options. So I'll work my way backward in here and explain these to you. So you could get a tissue integrity field. The Bioseon's Psychic Succor may now also affect all allies within 10 meters of the target. Allies can decline the healing if they don't require it or don't want to take additional points of system strain. Each use of this technique requires that the Bioseon commit effort for the day. What?
Sorry. I said you have psychic suckers that we can suck on and be healed by, and it works. We can suck
Right,
on
he gives you a lollipop and then you're healed.
I mean, there's actually an anime with the power, so.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's basically like
Of course it is.
mass cure light wounds is what that is.
Sweet.
Jared, I'm just glad you don't have recovery girl's power.
Yeah.
You could also get major organ restoration. The Bioseon's Psychic Succor can now cure congenital birth defects and regrow missing limbs and organs.
Holy cow.
It can even be used to stabilize targets that have been dropped by heavy weapons, decapitated, or otherwise dramatically
I'm gonna
dismembered.
stabilize it.
That one.
Provided
I want.
it's
Yep, that one.
provided it's used within 1 round per level of Biosionic skill. So it would have to be within 2 rounds of their death.
How do you stabilize somebody decapitated? Do you just connect their head back to their?
I guess.
Yep.
Easy.
Like I would think that you would either like touch their body and their head would start like growing back, or you touch their head and their body starts growing back.
It's like Deadpool. He just has a really tiny head that grows out of his neck.
Or a really tiny body that grows out of his head.
Fair. Either way. Probably depending on what you touch.
Yeah,
If you
it's
touch
like
both,
the-
then you just make a clone.
The little pop figures.
Like a starfish.
Okay, so you want the organ, major organ.
You should cut your own arm off, and then
I'm
use another
literally
arm.
going to become Space Jesus and just heal people.
Nice.
Jeez.
It's better than Space Dylan.
Oh, it isn't. How dare you?
It is, because it's Jesus.
That just
Are
makes
you
it
saying that
blasphemy.
Dylan is better than Jesus? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying it's less blasphemous. All right, get out of here.
Fine. Agree to disagree. Oh man, they totally updated this character sheet, and you can like add in stuff from like. Oh, that's really good. You can just like
Wait,
choose gear to add to your. Like they have lists of all of the things that you can just add.
Oh,
from
that's
the character
sweet.
sheet.
Look at that.
So that's awesome.
I don't.
I have a tight beam link unit now. I just bought that.
You guys have a locker on your ship, so you basically have all of that gear whenever you want. But that'll be an easy thing for you guys to look up if you want to like know what gear you have available to you. So, okay, cool. So, do you want to make that roll then, Jared?
Oh yeah, I get to do stuff. How do how do I?
Yeah,
Pro-
sorry, we're
program?
still on the edit mode. So here, you should be able to do it now. So if you click on program, it will ask you what ability to use, and you're going to use intelligence. And we'll see what kind of dirty secrets you've dredged up about the Imperium.
Dun,
That's
dun,
not
dun,
bad.
dun.
That is not bad at all. So what kind of dirty secrets are you looking for?
Whatever kind are integral to the plot.
So you want to use this roll to like metagame, and you want me to give you information that will be plot relevant later on.
Caleb, you're playing a game with David and I. That's what we do. We metagame.
That's fair. It's fair.
It's true.
Plus, I haven't been here in 3 weeks. I have no idea what's going on.
Let's see.
True. Yeah.
I think you automatically. So I think you figure out before Till and Evelyn even meet with the guy, that they're about this deal. You know that they're like gonna try to buy this from this like wealthy inventor. It seems like on the up and up. It doesn't seem like they're gonna like screw him over necessarily. Like there's no indications of that in the dark web.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think you maybe find when like maybe don't find a whole lot at first, except for like, you know, just the normal stuff of like, yeah, they're horrible and like they committed genocide in this world and whatever. But like a lot of that is already kind of known, or at least suspected by much of the galaxy. They're not good people. But I think what you find, and you kind of cross-reference this after Evelyn and Till get back and like kind of tell you guys the job, you look up some information on Vitskoi, and which is the system you guys are headed in. So Vitskoi is an Imperium system. They have control there. You guys all know that Vitskoi has 2 main worlds on it that are like important. There's Gunvey and Par. Gunvey is like kind of Serbian, like Russian, Slavic, that sort of thing in like descent. And they've been part of the Imperium for a long time now. But Par used to be part of the what used to be like the White Sun Protectorate, which was the kind of like an extraneous part of the exchange. That was like kind of like the security force of the sector. Like they're like a private security force, like corporation that like tried to be super impartial and like do justice in the sector for whoever needed like arbitration. But the Imperium took out the world and captured their home world and basically like tore down the whole protectorate. And now they're under like Imperium rule. And so you know all everybody knows that. But the interesting thing that you find is you know that you guys are going to a moon of Gunvey, which is called Bratislav. And Bratislav has a research facility, and that's where you're going to go. That's what the job is for. And you find some information on this research facility. You dig up some dark little secrets about it. You see that they are so the Imperium is basically obsessed with TL5 technology and beyond. Like they're obsessed with the idea of regaining the ancients' power of old. and you see some reports. You dig up some reports that seem to indicate that the Bratislav Research Facility is attempting to recreate what a technology that used to exist back before the Scream. No, it's not.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Do you guys want it to be the Starforge?
Sorry, no. Copyright reasons, Space Forge.
Yeah,
Right. There you go.
It's an ancient technology that used to exist back before the Scream. It's called a panopticon matrix. Basically, it's a very complex web of AIs that supposedly could like foresee any threat and like look into the future and like perfectly like detect any possible threat that could come towards the planet and perfectly defend against it using like incredibly powerful like intelligence technology. And basically, they're like trying to somehow like remake they're in the process of trying to research and remake this idea of the panopticon matrix.
What's the code name for it, Caleb?
The code name for this project is
The red pill or the blue pill?
no, it's I think Project Legion.
Well, we're gonna have
There's no
copyrights
Matrix
from Mass Effect.
Wait, what?
I don't think Mass Effect has copyrights on the word Legion.
Oh, literally, one of the characters' name is Legion, and that's exactly what he does.
I know that that's one of the characters' names, but I don't think you can copyright a common word like that.
No, and
Copywritten.
they got that from the idea of the Bible, you know, that where
Jesus is gonna copyright strike us.
Yeah.
Connor's just like, wait, what? Jesus owns everything anyway, so he doesn't need to. Yeah. So that's what you learn. You can see that they're like basically researching like artificial intelligence technology on the facility. That's what their kind of main thing is right now. And you guys know, I mean, as a society that like this is not a thing that anyone is supposed to do. It's bad news. A lot of it's Maltech, right? Like it's technology that's not supposed to be researched or mess with in the sector. Back before when the protectorate was actually still a thing, you could basically go to jail for dabbling in this. Yeah. It never ends well in history when people have tried to recreate these things. So
Skynet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you all remember a documentary called The Terminator.
This actually seems more like a Skynet.
Did you remember
Actually,
the
a net.
documentary called The Circle?
Yes, yeah.
What?
Do you remember the documentary called The Circle?
A little bit of Circle too.
Sorry.
That note was for me, not for Caleb.
Okay. So that's what you learn.
All right, sweet.
And then we fast forward back to present time, and we see the Void's Grace cruising in space, about to make the jump.
They see me rolling.
Yeah. about to make the jump to like the next hex. So speaking of that, I think it's time that we make, and I'll have to roll this for Josh, but I think it's time to make our first
He's gonna kill us, and we're not even
jump
there.
roll.
Oh yeah.
So let's look up those rules.
While he's looking up those rules, what is everyone doing? What are you doing on the ship, Connor? Evelyn,
She's
enlighten the audience.
training her reaction time. every time the engine of the spaceship makes a specific noise, she pulls out her gun and fires 3 shots.
At what?
Or at a target.
What if you miss? We're in a spaceship, man.
Well, yeah.
He probably just has it on
our spaceship.
She's making a very calculated risk.
She probably has like it's literally like just completely non-lethal. Like it's just light, right? Like it doesn't even do anything. He probably just has a setting.
Do we not have like a set training room?
Not really. No, I imagine this would probably be done in the cargo.
Not for firing lasers in a ship, I don't think.
Connor, don't kill us.
You get one of those.
Decompression.
Dylan, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know where these rules are, so.
Dylan's making herself a nice coffee in the kitchen.
Vanilla, caramel, mocha.
Mocha, sure.
Good choice.
Protein mocha.
Why not? She probably needs it.
Fergus is impressed. he can barely make chocolate milk without ruining something.
So Fergus, you've been like kind of locked away from everybody for a while. Does someone like? Do you go and talk to anyone? Does someone go and talk to you? Like, or does everyone just kind of ignore you?
I don't know. Does someone? I mean, I'm eventually gonna go talk to Elvin because we need to dish the gas.
We share the same room, don't we?
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean,
so maybe Ode, you walk in the room and you see that he's like hard at work, like looking up something, and he looks like he's not slept a whole lot, and he's like super intense about it.
As soon as he comes into the room, I like minimize the tab and bring up RuneScape.
I shake my head at you. Look, man, you can't be doing that on the ship. It's gross.
RuneScape?
I saw you close that tab. Don't try and sneak past me, all right?
I
acted all fidgety when I come in here.
I'm 14.
Let me see your browser history. I don't believe you.
Wait. How old is Fergus? I don't think that's on his character.
13.
I'm 13. How dare? Sorry, Mr. Ode. I can assure you there was no proclivities going on my computer.
Right, yeah. He just goes and sits down. And yeah, he pulls out like a little. Well, he doesn't have a sketch pad. This is the feature. He just grabs his compad and starts like drawing something on it with his finger.
Just saying. Sorry. Okay. So speaking of proclivities, Ode, what's going on between you and Dylan?
Yeah, nothing. Why do you ask?
What do you ask? Did you hear anything? Does she like me?
Between I was under the assumption Caleb told me that you two went on a date, so.
Yes. No, so you're right to ask it, yeah.
No, yeah, you were.
Okay. So I'm just making sure that something did actually happen.
No, yeah, I'm just dodging the question.
I'm just like, okay. Totally want to try telepathy for the first time.
Okay, sure.
Nice.
Yeah, here, let's look at what that does for you.
Well, it doesn't really matter what it does. I fail.
Nice.
Well, so you might not even have to roll as the thing, right? So
no, you just expend effort probably.
So the telepath can obtain.
I probably make a will save or a mental physical.
That's good.
Save. Yeah.
Has anyone made a save yet?
Yeah, we made some. Yeah, made some luck saves. I made a bunch of luck saves when it counted on my date.
Yeah.
So. And then got super drunk and ruined it, so it didn't matter. But
so level 0 for telepathic contact, you can observe emotional states in a target. Intense emotions provide a single word or image related to the focus of the feelings. Let's see. opening to contact requires a telepath to commit effort for the day as a main action. Yeah, you don't have to roll. So.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. So, yeah, you want to just commit effort for the day then?
Sure.
So.
You should have more effort now, right? Because you
he
leveled up.
should. It should update automatically though. Like
Oh,
it
it probably
has
does,
been.
yeah. I didn't think about that.
It says I have 0.
And it says you have 1. You have 1.
That's
for
how
the
much
day.
you've spent. Uncommitted is how much you have.
Okay, never mind.
I think.
Oh yeah, those refresh, right? Those we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you have 2.
Woo!
There you go. Okay, so you just put it. You just spent 1 for the day.
Yeah.
So for the rest of the day, you.
I mean, by the time we
it's
get
committed.
there, it's gonna
Yeah, exactly. It won't even matter. Yeah. So Ode, give us one word or image related to the focus of your feelings.
I mean, obviously it's Dylan. Probably like sitting in the cab that we're in at the ruins.
Right.
And like looking concerned back at me.
Yeah.
And I have to tell him my emotional state too, right? That was part of the.
Yeah, it was basically like he learns like the surface level of your emotional state, and so it compresses into one single like word or image. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So,
Yep.
I guess there's that.
Yep. So you just see that image, Fergus. So what does it look like when Fergus does it? Like, how subtle are you about this?
Oh, I'm so subtle. You don't even.
Yeah, no, you can be, right? That's totally fine.
Yeah, I'm just clacking away.
Yeah, so you're not even like we wouldn't even know you're doing it except for the fact that the
So there's no mental effects save against that.
Only more advanced probes have to do. Yeah. So there's the basic ones you don't get to make a save. Sounds good. Cool. So Fergus will remember this, as it were.
Except he won't, because that's never true. Especially when that character dies in the next scene, and you're like, he didn't remember that. He died. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I just nod my head. Yeah, relationships are complicated.
Yeah, he just blinks at you like, what does that mean?
Oh, I leveled up my mining.
What does it have to do with relationships?
No, that was me changing the subject.
Oh.
Being nonchalant. I'm playing RuneScape, David.
So is this like RuneScape 3200 or something? Like it's like in space now?
It's Spacescape, obviously.
RuneScape 451.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna get the Fahrenheit 451 reference.
Hey, all right, there we go. I got it. I didn't know that's what you're getting at, but that's good.
Cool. So we see those little scenes, and then we see Till in the cockpit. Yeah, we see him. So what did you make for him, Fergus, that made him sick?
Date cakes.
Okay.
Because he likes prunes.
We see him. We see like a half-eaten plate of these date cakes sitting on like the dash, right?
To be fair, they tasted amazing.
Right, and so he got through about half of them, right? Is the thing before he started feeling bad. And so we see Till like kind of leaned over the dash of this, like kind of like sweating a little bit, and he's just like not having a good time, and he's just like trying to like put the coordinates in for like the jump. So you know what? I'm gonna give here, Fergus, make a work roll for us. To see whether or not this is actually going to hinder him in his role.
Oh no, he's our own pilot.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to give him a -1.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse. But he does.
I was waiting for you to roll a 1 and be like, he dies.
Right. Yeah. He's not feeling the best, but he's not going to like. He's not going to navigate you into a star because you gave him bad date cakes.
He's dangerously allergic.
Yeah. Okay, so I have his character sheet up here, and I have the rules for this. So the base difficulty for Spike Drill is 7. Let's see. What does the rudder mean? Is that like a... One of the things on here is like the rudder is less than a month old or whatever.
Rudder? That's weird.
RUTTER.
Yeah, like on a boat?
That's what it sounds like, but like I don't know what that means.
I know that in the old version, if your star charts are outdated, you got a penalty. I don't know.
Maybe
if
that's just it. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Yes, a spike drill needs a course record or rudder to guide the pilot.
Okay,
yeah, so that's basically just what it is. It's just a slang for the record. So, have you guys recently updated your star charts?
Well, we didn't know that was a thing, so no.
Okay, so I imagine they would be less than a year old. So no difficulty increase. But no, you don't get a
it's a bonus if they're less than a month old.
If it's the rudder is less than a month old, it's a -2 on the difficulty. Right, so it would be a 5 instead of a 7.
Gotcha.
So how you can only do 1 hex per jump, correct? Because you only have the spike drive
because our
level
spike
1.
drive sucks.
It doesn't look like there's any, so it's just a difficulty 7 then, is what it is. So let's have him roll that. So which hex do you guys want to go to first? You're gonna have to make 2 jumps here, one out into one of these hexes and then one to Vizkoy.
Which numbers are we looking at here?
You're on Silas right now, right over here, 0002, and you want to get to 103.
Okay.
Oh, does it not show you the name?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. That's because you guys. Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Let's go to 01.02.
You can do that. Yeah.
How long does a jump take? Like 6 days, right?
Let's see. Base travel time is divided by the ship's spike drive rating. So base travel time for moving between regions is 48 hours. Ship in orbit around one planet. Blah 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 blah. What is base travel time for going to another system?
If I recall correctly, it's 6 days divided by your
Is it 6 days?
But that's what it was in the old system.
I feel like it's probably not changed.
They've changed it. Yeah, probably not.
It's just not showing me. Oh, that's just intra-system travel. That's why. Let's see. How long does this take? Okay, the transit is 6 days per hex travel divided by the spike drive rating. Yep, so it's going to be 6 days per hex, because you just have a one rating.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna put my health back all the way up. Thank goodness.
Yeah, you'll definitely have time in route. Cool. I need to bring up my notes here because I want to make sure I'm keeping track of the days. So, it is. Where did I put down the date? I know I wrote it somewhere.
Probably the calendar.
I think it's like January 5th or something. I think that's what I figured out. Yeah, okay. It's January 5th. So it's January 5th when you leave system. In the year 3200. And it takes you 6 days to travel those hexes, and let's roll and see if something goes horribly wrong.
Yeah.
We all die.
So base difficulty is 7.
He has specialist on this, right?
He does not. He has specialist on no and program, but not pilot. He just has a +0 in it.
What?
Actually.
What?
Does someone want to like help him with this? Does anyone have like pilot or
I have computer.
Wait. Isn't a program roll to?
Nope, it's pilot.
You sure?
Yep, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
Can I help with program?
I think so. I think you can do that. Yeah. So go ahead and roll, and it's just difficulty 7. If you can get higher than that, you give him a +1. or that or higher rather. Yep. Sounds good. So he has a +1, and he's using his intelligence. It's not showing.
It's a 6.
Oh no. That's lovely.
He's a professional, right? He can, sorry, not a professional.
Oh, he is. He's an expert. Yeah, so he can reroll it.
Yeah.
So I'll have him reroll it.
My goodness.
Because, you know, this is like this is the only roll in this scene anyway. So there you go.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yep. So he just rerolls it. So that's the good thing about being an expert is you can reroll those things. Yeah. So it takes you 6 days to get to 102, and at that point, it is January 11th.
Yay. And now he's gonna fail another one, and we'll have a reroll.
Well, this is the same. This is the same scene, so he's not gonna get to like,
right? Yeah.
Reroll it again.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So, if you want to, Jared, you can make another program roll to try to give him a +1.
Ooh. Can I roll a talk roll instead to talk him through it, keep him calm?
Yep.
Hey, nice.
Is it this game that has the mechanic where we have to roll to see whether or not we go crazy in space?
Not necessarily crazy. Well, maybe. I don't know. We could get there. We could get there. There isn't like a specifically like sanity thing, but
Yeah.
I'm sure we could mess around with it.
I
But yeah,
remember
okay,
one
so
space game we had to roll for that.
What space game was that?
I don't remember, but it's been a mechanic before.
Roll for sanity for like going.
Or it's not
crazy?
like sanity, but like what's the word? Can't think of it. When like stir crazy or like claustrophobic or whatever. Like when you're on like,
Was that the hero system?
I don't know, maybe.
Because I'm trying to remember what like space games we've done.
I don't think so because his character is floating around in space like all
Right,
the time.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
that's what I'm wondering, right?
Okay.
Curious. Anyway,
Cabin fever.
so you get 6 more days, and you end up in Vitskoy 103. And it is January 17th, 3200. You enter system. And that's going to be about another 2 days to reach Gunbay and the moon that you need. And so is there anything else that anyone wants to do before they actually like arrive on the moon?
Character interactions.
Yeah, anything like that.
Yeah, I'll probably talk to Dylan before we get down.
Okay.
Other than that,
Sure.
I'll probably talk to Evelyn once too.
Whoever wants to go first.
Canadian standoff.
Flip a coin.
I don't have a coin.
Here, I'll roll a D2. On a
Okay.
1, it's Odin Dylan.
Don't worry, I'll be
Two,
evens.
it's-
David has to be odd. For
yeah.
So Odin
There
Dylan.
you go.
Thing. That was good. All right. Okay. Yeah. So I think like we get a shot of me like the ship's lights are really bright because it's simulating daytime, and so I'm like pacing back and forth like in the kitchen, and then I walk away, and then it cuts, and now it's simulating nighttime, and the lights are dim, and I'm pacing back and forth in the kitchen again, and then I knock on Dylan's door. I don't know if our lights do that, but they do it now. So yeah.
Dylan goes to press the button to open the door. She's holding her iced coffee in her hand.
Yeah. She was like, hey, how's it going?
Good?
How's the coffee? Is it
Good?
cool? Hey, can we chat? Like not in front of he just points to Evelyn. Who's I'm assuming.
Sure.
What are you doing, Evelyn, in the room? Connor.
Where are we right now? Which room are we in?
In your room.
You're in your guys' bedroom, remember? Evelyn and
I'm
Dylan.
still doing the shots thing.
The what? Oh,
Taking shots? What?
no, the
Yeah, no. Okay,
the like practice. So you're not even in the room then.
Oh, that's shots. Okay. I forgot you said that. I was like, what?
So you're in like the
I'm
cargo
supposed
bay
to
or
be
whatever.
No, I'm in the room still.
Oh, you are? You're
Yeah.
literally just shooting at the wall with your like. I guess it's just light, but yeah. Okay. See your little target. Set it
That's
on.
not
Every time
annoying to
you make
Dylan.
a specific
Does
sound.
that mean she shoots when he knocks on the door?
Yeah, I open the
Probably,
door and a
right?
little
Yeah.
laser light hits me, and I'm like, what the heck? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. What's happening? Oh, yeah, so he steps out of the way and into the kitchen. And, yeah, I think he just sits down, like, by the counter.
Yeah, so she walks out, closes the door behind her.
Yeah. So, yeah, he just sits down and, I guess, looks up at you unless you sit. Yeah, it's like, so, wait, what was the name of that planet we were on? He doesn't say that a lot.
New Kazern.
New Kazern. Or yeah. So he says, about what happened on New Kazern. Yeah, I'm sorry for how that went. Is there any way I can make it up to you? I feel like I kind of screwed it up.
I don't know how he can make it up.
I mean, that's a
You
valid
can't.
answer. Yeah.
I'll never forgive you.
I mean, I'll just change my goal if that's the answer, but that's cool.
She sits down.
Does she pause
And-
for a moment before she says anything, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, then he probably nervously rambles then. So he's like, I mean, I didn't realize that thing was gonna get me so drunk. I've never even been that drunk before. I mean, I've been high on Bloodshot, but not that. I've never been drunk. And I mean, I thought that Ruin would be fun, but honestly, I don't even really remember much about it. I remember wanting to drive through a fence. I can't remember if we actually did it or not. But anyways, so I realized it was probably not quite. And you can interrupt me whenever you want. But yeah, he just rambles on, like apologizing.
She's just like, oh, it's not a big deal. I still had fun.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that's a relief. Me too. I'm pretty sure. Before I got drunk, anyways. Probably after I got drunk, but I don't remember that. Yeah, this is so I mean, is there something I can do? I still feel bad. That wasn't exactly a way to conduct myself, even if I didn't mean to do it.
She just says, maybe not get drunk next time.
Oh yeah, I can do that. I'll just I'll order water next time.
Next
She
time.
said next time.
Yeah, and then I think he blinks a couple times, like realizing that. And so yeah, next time. Okay. Well, hey, where are we going again? That time he does say it in
Bratislav is the name of the moon.
No, yeah, this time he says it in character.
But I imagine Dylan would know.
Oh, right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably should know, but I don't.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so he's asking Dylan where we're going because he doesn't remember.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, Bratislav.
Oh, do I know anything about that place?
You can make a no roll to know something about that place.
All right, well, I know the answer to that question. Bamf. I know
Oh
nothing.
wow.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that planet. They have like those space elevator bungee jumping rides, right? That sounds fun. We should go on those.
Yeah, no, they definitely don't. Dylan, do you want to make a no roll to see if you know anything about Bratislav?
Sure.
Also, a space elevator bungee jumping ride is a horrible idea. I don't even know where that came from. pretty sure you can't breathe that high. Oh.
You know the very basics, right? It's a moon of Gunvey, which is like an Imperium world, and that's basically it. It doesn't like it. As far as you know, there's not a whole lot of like tourism that happens on. No one goes to Bratislav to like be a tourist or do anything fun. It's just a
that sucks.
Random moon.
There's like, or we could get tattoos. I've been drawing one, and he pulls up his comp pad and shows it to you, and it's this really terrible drawing that says Banff on it, and it has like some like bullets next to it. Like, I'm not a very good artist, but I'm hoping the other guy will be better. No, you don't like that idea?
Yeah, she nods and says, that actually sounds fun.
Really? Oh, awesome. All right. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's got to be somebody who can do tattoos on this planet somewhere.
Dylan, you're too good to Ode.
Yes, you are. Oh, God.
I mean, she is the kind of character that would want a tattoo.
Yeah,
I just don't know what yet.
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
Makes
All right.
sense.
That went way better than I expected it to. Okay. Yeah, so I think he kind of stands up and realizes that it was sort of an awkward emotion to do in the middle of the conversation. He's like, all right, awesome. Well, we'll do it then. Are we almost? I think he like checks his combat. Like, are we almost there?
I think you're in system, but you're like 48 hours away from Bratislav.
Okay. Yeah. He just rolls his eyes like, 48 hours. I hate intersystem travel, and he just plops down next to you again. We're gonna be a while. Then I think he hears a laser shot go off in your room. He's like, doesn't that get annoying?
Missing? Yes, always.
She nods and says, yeah, but I got used to it about 10 hours ago.
10 hours? Goodness gracious.
I've been going for approximately 6 hours and 30 minutes.
Maybe if I show her how to do it, she'll stop. Here, let's.
How long?
6 hours and 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Okay, then I got used to it 3 hours ago.
Yeah. So he suggests teaching her how to do it, and then maybe she'll stop. And then so he stands up to like, not go into the room or whatever if you let him in.
Evelyn, did you hear that?
Oh, I was actually talking to Dylan because the door still shut.
Oh, what?
He got up and was like, maybe if I show her how to do it, she'll stop. And then got up, go towards the door. But he's not.
Yeah, so Dylan opens it.
Okay. Yeah, so he walks in and he holds his hand out towards Evelyn's like, do you want me to show you how to do it? First of all, don't hold it sideways, for crying out loud. You're not a gangster.
I'm pretty sure she would.
Okay with me showing you how to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know if there's an instruction skill in this game.
No, right? Because we can just say that this is happening, and then the next time you level up, Connor, you can just put stuff and shoot, right? And then that will be indicative of that. So.
Or I don't put stuff and shoot, and we know how good of a teacher.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Either way. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
I mean, I probably just take it and shoot it, and I'm like, there, see, and then I hand it back. But
sure, we can just cut from the scene there.
Yeah.
And then we see it says T-minus 24 hours until arrival at Bratislav. And Fergus and Evelyn, you wanted to?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for Evelyn to be alone.
What?
Yeah.
So where?
Like when you're in the cargo hold, when you're shooting the lasers.
Well, it sounds like she was doing it in their room, I guess.
He said he was doing it in both places, right, Connor?
What? No.
No?
No, I was just in there.
Oh, you're just in your room?
You should just go in and tell Dylan that I asked for her, even though I didn't. And then she'll be like, hey, Ode asked for you. You should go talk to him.
And you can frame the scene however you want, Fergus. I'm sure there's situations.
She has field medical knowledge, right?
Evelyn? No.
Yeah. No, not Evelyn.
Dylan does, yeah.
Dylan. Yeah. So yeah, I go into the room and I'm just like, hey, Dylan, Mr. Till he's not doing so hot. Could you possibly check on him? I can't.
She gets up and storms into the cockpit.
Dude, Till's her uncle, man. She doesn't care if he's hot. Get out of here.
That's so gross, David. This isn't Space Alabama.
This isn't Space Alabama.
Okay, folks, that's it for tonight. See you next week.
We have peaked.
Oh.
Right, so Fergus and Evelyn are in the room now.
Yeah, probably should have been. David's acting was so good. I didn't have time to plan. I'm so focused. Gotta dish the gas. So I'm just like, how you doing, Evelyn?
Doing great.
That's
Just say that.
Is she still
I was
holding the
about to
gun
say.
sideways?
No.
Aw.
No, she just says, doing fine. No, she says, my health is in good condition. How are you?
All vitals are normal.
You're muted, Jared.
Still muted.
Still can't hear you.
Nope, can't hear you. You're not muted on the thing, but I can't hear you. Whoa! Ah, the cyborgs have come. It's Skynet. Oh! Oh, my brain. Oh.
It's a painful
Am I
sound.
doing stuff?
Oh.
Okay, now we can hear you.
But if by
You
doing
can
stuff
hear
you
me?
mean melting my skull, yes.
Well, we can hear you. The computer is allowing us to hear you. Our ears are no longer.
Is this better?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, you're fine. There was
I
just some weird
probably-
feedback.
Yeah.
Was that something I did, or was that something Caleb did?
No, it was something on
I
your
have no
end.
idea.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I fixed it.
Yeah, you did. So
Okay.
that was weird. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Doing random things works.
Sorry.
So I'm like, so Evelyn, you notice anything go? I've been a little bit absent. Are Dylan and Oat doing all right? Nothing that's gonna, compromise the team, right?
I did have a rather heated discussion with you earlier about not getting into a fight again, so that might be something that comes into mind as compromising. But
I'm basically just asking for like the general lowdown of everything that happened, the last mission from your perspective, and your their date as well.
Well, she followed us, so she knows
I
everything.
was gonna say she knows exactly how that went.
That's exactly why I'm asking.
I'm sorry, I did not realize that question was directed to me. Can you repeat it?
We've only been setting this up for like 10 minutes.
I'm
Basically asking you your opinion of everything that happened last mission and their about their date that you.
okay. I definitely thought you were talking to David. Okay.
No.
Wait. My opinion of. I mean, yeah, things are fine.
You did not have very high expectations of me. Jeez.
I mean, I was there to try to figure out what romance was.
That's fair.
Do you say that?
No.
Okay. I'm going to.
And then she said no, she just did it. Yeah,
No, you just say it was fine.
yeah.
The whole mission and everything. That's it. Just fine.
You sound like a man.
Yeah. Do you seem like I look at like your face. Do you seem like surprised that I didn't get more details?
No, it's more like quizzitive. Like usually women babble on a lot more.
Okay.
No offense to women.
They
Wow.
At least from Fergus's experience, you know, being in the court and all that. Yeah, saved it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, that was very, very illuminating. Wait, no, that was very illuminating.
Oh, I love this.
Did I not say enough? Did you need to know more?
I was curious about the specifics, considering I wasn't there.
Would you like me to write a report?
Actually, yeah, that would be really nice.
Okay, so you start sitting down and writing like an actual like full-length report of all the details.
Sure, right.
I want to telepathy her, Evelyn, because
Okay,
Fergus is just super interested because she's so different.
Yeah, it's the next day anyway, right? Or it's a different day anyway, so you can just commit the same effort and then So Evelyn, then give him a single word or image that like displays your emotional state. Jared, why do you keep moving the token and making it go upside down and stuff?
Because I'm aiming it towards where we're going.
No, you're already on where we're going.
Yeah, so technically any direction is still facing it. You're welcome.
That's technically true. Yes.
I love you, Jared.
Saved it.
Connor?
So, Connor, did you not realize that question was pointed?
No, I do.
my
I just I'm thinking like meticulous.
It's an image, right?
Or word.
Oh, or word.
Yep.
Okay.
So meticulous is the word?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not a good trade. Images are worth 1,000 words.
Okay.
Right, so showing great attention to detail, very careful and precise. That is her mood. Her big mood.
You see an image of her sitting down and writing a report.
So she's very focused on what she's doing now.
Yeah. Fergus is getting up and ready to go. I'm like, yeah, it would be nice if you gave me a copy of that. Yeah, as I'm going to leave, I'm like, you're very, very interesting, Evelyn. You're not like, you don't think like most people.
She looks and stares at you and she says, "How can you tell?"
Fergus just he's kind of dumbfounded by that question. Like, you haven't noticed? That's even more interesting. Yeah.
He says, "You haven't noticed?"
Yeah.
No, I've noticed, but I don't understand why. I think so much differently than everybody else, right?
Yeah.
I think in terms of truth, of reality, things happen, and we react the best that we can to each individual detail. Other people seem to be wrapped up in something else.
That's called emotion. Am I teaching Evelyn how to feel right now? Yeah, I say that. Yeah. I use my high-pitched squealy voice. I'm talking in Fergus.
Yeah, or you're making some sort of mocking comment.
But I do that regardless.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I say that's emotion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what she says to that. I mean, but I feel things, right?
Well, you sure feel meticulous.
What?
Nice.
What do you even mean?
I was hoping that she'd allude to that. I telepathically scanned her because I'm pretty sure we both know that what our traits are at this point, right?
What?
Right?
What are you talking about?
Are you saying that in character, or are you saying that to Jared?
To Jared.
He's assuming that you can tell that he's psychically probing you because you're psychic, and you know that he's psychic.
Oh.
I mean, at least it's not sucker, okay? So get out of here.
I did not. Yeah, I did not catch that. Do I notice? Is that something I roll for, or?
I mean, for deeper scans, yeah, not for that one. That one is kind of just whatever because I only get one word. But I mean, I'm kind of like alighting to it in the way I'm talking right now.
Okay.
But if she doesn't pick up on it, that's perfectly fine.
I mean, no, she probably would. If anything of the conversation, she'd pick up at.
Yeah.
So.
That's what I was assuming.
So yes, I mean, she just. You sure feel meticulous. You know what she respond to that.
I mean, I feel like she would think that was a compliment.
But why don't other people think that? And why does he need to say that? That's why it's not a compliment to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fergus and Evelyn are a lot of the same, but the main difference is Fergus is able to understand more because he can feel it from other people.
Yep.
Like he's like the bridge.
He was in court all the time, so he knew the how to deal with people.
Mm-hmm.
Evelyn was trained to be not a human being. I think she's just kind of dumbfounded. She's not really sure what else to say. She just asks if you could like explain these things to her.
How do you word it? You gotta go in character, Connor.
Meticulous is not normal for people, is it?
Yeah, meticulous isn't an emotion, is it? No.
I don't think so. No.
I don't think I understand. You don't say anything then?
No, I'm just waiting for you to.
Meticulous is.
It's certainly a state of being. Fergus is going to become a psychiatrist.
What is the difference?
To be fair, I don't even know if Fergus knows the answer to that one.
I think this is something that can't really be explained. Maybe this is something I just don't have. Maybe they chose me because I'm different. Or maybe they didn't because I'm different. Do you have any more information for me?
Well, different isn't always bad. We've lived up to this point, and I mean, you can always learn. I did, kind of. Maybe. Not sure yet. How old is Evelyn?
16.
16.
Only 3 years older than me. Okay. That was a joke. That was a joke, Connor.
I wasn't sure you meant that flirtatiously.
I don't want to role play romance with you.
Now you know how I feel about
Expand
all
your
of you.
horizons.
I don't want to expand them that far.
Ouch. I'm just kidding.
So is that the end of the scene?
Unless Connor has more to say.
I don't know. I don't think she doesn't really understand social cues, and so by you not saying anything, she doesn't know what to say. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we could just end the scene there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know where else the situation would go if he doesn't say much more. I think we should end with this. She just says, "Will you keep an eye on me and tell me when I act differently? Try to help me understand."
I mean, we both act differently quite a lot of the time.
Then what should we do?
Oh boy.
Just not understand? Or can we do something?
Do your best to learn, I guess. Dang it. Man, I always go to Alphon's voice. Do our best, I guess. Silence.
Did you say something?
Yeah, I said. You need to listen, bro. I said do our best, I guess.
Oh. Right, no, I heard that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I say that's just where we end the scene then.
Okay. So let's go ahead and take our first break there, and we'll come back and get to Bratislav and see what awaits
more
us.
space pirates.
Yeah, well, we'll see. All right, stick around. We got more Elysian Road coming right after this.